We're on. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Another stream today. Yesterday, no trade, unfortunately. There was just now going on, and I'm going to show you why there was now going on, and it actually all made sense. Okay, so let me just get this set up. And we'll go. What a beautiful day today is here on Anglesey, North Wales. Is it beach weather? Not quite yet. Not yet. It's getting warmer, but it's not beach weather yet. Can't get my speedos out yet. Right, we're on. Fantastic. Good morning, everyone. Okay, guys, right, I just want to quickly go over, before we do a top down, yesterday's trade. So I believe we had these levels marked up. Now, it was the 4 what was really putting us off. So the 4, if you look at the 4 now, we were down here like this. And what we said was, this 4 now, that's the range of the 4, so it should be coming back up to tap this. Okay, yes, morning, Jace, you alright, mate? So we said the 4 should be coming back up here, but we don't know if it's going to push through, or we don't know if it's going to reject. You're going to have to wait for another forward close to see what's going on, right? And what happened is, the next 4, so I said there's no point, you're going to have to wait for a 4. What happened is, the 4 done that. So, can you hear me, Jace? Oh. Jace, can you hear me?
Yeah,
hey, mate. Sorry, mate. I was on mute on Discord. You alright? I'm just doing a revisit the yesterday's session. Yeah. Is my screen sharing? Yeah. Cool. Morning, Paolo. Okay, so yeah, so again, nothing happened really. This 4 hour, you didn't do much. Look at the hours. You just trickled up exactly what we said it was going to do. There's no way to get in any of this. No pullbacks or nothing. So it's just not worth staying on the chart. You're just going to waste a day. You might as well come back the next day. So I was happy with obviously calling it a stream yesterday. Now today, let's do a top down and we can see what we can grab today. Now what's really nice is the monthly does look like it's starting to pull back now. Right, so the monthly hasn't broke out yet. It's closed still, respecting this area. Right, it is bullish, but this one hasn't closed yet. So until this one breaks out, we're currently still in this range. Therefore, where should we be coming? Well, we should be coming down to 1992 levels. Whether this is going to flip in 11 days or not, I don't know. Might not, but we have to act upon what we see. And what do we see? This monthly still hasn't broke above. This monthly closed still in this range, and this one hasn't closed yet. Okay. Now I know the weekly though. The weekly did break out, but we've had a bearish weekly close now, so we're currently bearish on the weekly. We haven't had much of a top wick. I would expect a steeper top wick if we're going to get that. But I do see price coming back down because this has got no bottom wick, and plus when we had that breakout, so we had the breakout here, this didn't come back to test previous support and then flip, it just shot off, right? So I would think even if price wants to break these highs and carry on, I do feel that price will have to come and tap 2072 before doing it. Okay, so therefore the weekly is flipped bearish now. The daily, the issue we had with the daily yesterday is the daily had closed bearish but with no bottom wick. And what did we say yesterday on the daily candle? We're probably going to get a bullish close on this next daily. Good morning, Nella. We're probably going to get a bullish close on this because this one's got no bottom wick, and look what happened. Bullish close. Now the issue we got here now is that daily had closed back into the range, which I didn't really want that. I wanted it to close respecting this plate to come back down. So we're back in that area of, does the weekly need a steeper top wick? And if it does, it probably only needs to tap 2179. Right? So, is this the start of the bullish push back up? So this daily hasn't really helped us today because we even need to close respecting. Well, it has, but it just means that we're bullish because the daily, this daily's done a bit of a top wick, came to do a bottom wick, and now should flip to come and start filling this range up to 21.79 if it's going to do that. Or this could be a fake out to the upside in order to drive down, but I can't see it's driving down, because the reason why I can't see it's driving down is because why didn't this one drive down? Why didn't this candle drive down if it was going to go down? And then you've got to say, okay, well, what has price done after this for it to drive down? Well, it's only pulled back to here. It didn't even break any highs. Didn't break this high. So it hasn't broke any highs. So I don't think we're going to drive down. If the daily does want to close bearish, it'll only be closing small bearish, something like this, I would imagine, today. That's if it's going to close bearish. So I'm more looking at buys for this daily to flip, to come back up, to break the high at least. That's what I'm looking at the moment. Okay. So, what do we look like then for buys? So the 4 is closed bearish and still respecting this 4-hour range at 21.58. This 4 has had a nice big pushing candle. Now, is this 4 going to pull back? We need this 4 to pull back to close respect in this area. If it does, it'll be fairly straightforward with a new 4. New 4 will just bottom wick and then flip to come back up. Okay. But currently we're still up here on the 4, so we're actually still respecting this area on the 4. So is this 4 going to flip to the upside? That's the question. Everything's bearish on, and we're trickling. I don't like trickling. So where's the next 1 hour range? Is that 30? 15 maybe? More than 15 range, isn't it? So could we get a wing back buy from 21.53 off this 15? If this 15, if you look at this 15, the 15's closed bullish. Is this 15 going to flip? We've got potential wing back buys here. So we're going to stand by. What's a 30 like? 30's bullish as well. Close nest play low 30. 1 hour. All the 1 hours is bearish, and we haven't closed. So the 1 hour could close respecting, but the 4 is going to close. The 2 close respecting. The 3. These are big pushing candles. These guys. Okay, stand by because we could be in here. I do like how that 15's got 8 minutes left of it. So if we can tap this area, 21.53, we'll look to buy. Okay, let me see if I can get this on the signals quickly. We're expecting that the 4 to pull back basically, and if it doesn't and it wants to carry on driving, I can't see it driving much because you haven't broken any of the highs. These 5's doing new 5 in 2 minutes. How are we only going to get to these? There is an area around here where I could reject for. Oh bloody hell. Okay guys, I am in for a buy on this. I am in fast trade this morning. Nice. Where's my stops? Let me have a look at the stops. We've got buys on this, guys. We're in. We're saying that the 4 is still respecting the previous range. Unless the 4 is going to break out. Can the 4 come and break all these laws? Don't think it should do. What's the daily? Yeah. See, stops for me are just going to be below the low here. Because if price breaks that, that means it's going to carry on down. Which is 21.44. 0.30. Nice. Target basically would be up here. But the take partial, it's whether this 4 is going to flip now, okay? Now, our sign to get out is if the hour closes below 21.53, right? If the hour closes below 21.53, we'll get out on the pullback of the new hour. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Six, 7, 4, 5. God, we're pushing, aren't we? Which is, we've still got another. What's the 15 doing? It might actually be the 15. If the 15 closes below, the 15 can push all the way to 21.50 and then reject. Okay, but we've got to close respecting 21.53.38. That's the key. It can actually push all the way down to 21.54. Can we look for a second entry? Can we look for a second entry here? Maybe, potentially. But this is looking nice, really, because the 15's got no top wick. Oi, get down, down. When the taxi comes, she goes crazy. Taylor's taxi, right? Mental dogs, man. Mental, Anna. Mental. Get down. So we're saying, can this 15 flip to the upside? We're bullish on the 15. We've closed respecting all these levels. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 respecting this level. And the only thing what came back up to drive was this one here. And it only made a wick for this. It didn't break any highs. So are we saying that this wick here, what came to create a top wick for this, is enough to drive all the way down? I don't really see it. If anything, it might be enough to close like this, but you should still get a pullback, even if it wants to drive down. Okay. So we should get a pullback testing previous support anyway on this. That's if this 15 doesn't flip. But we've still got another 5 minutes left of this 15, so I can actually see this 15 either flipping or this 15 closes respecting here, and then the new 15 comes back up. Sort of similar to these. Bearish close, and then we start coming back up. Now, take partial move to break even could be in around these areas. Let me have a look. Yeah, we could be in around these areas. Loads of rejection around here. Even if we want to drive down, we've got no areas of driving down here. If the 15 closes below, we look to get out at break even. Okay. This is the only area where prices drove through these areas. Okay. But we're hoping if we can get the 4 hour to flip, because the 4 hour's got no top wick. So I would imagine price coming back up there anyway if price wants to drive down. And if this is the push before the flip on the daily, then we're in the money. If this daily is going to flip to break the highs, right, then we're in the money, because we should have some nice flies on it. We've got a 3 hour no top wick. We've got a 2 hour, you could say there's a wick on that. You've got no top wick on this one. You've got no top wick on this one. You've got no top wick on here, and you've got no top wick on here. So when you get something like this, price will tend to fly back through this area, create all the top wicks. So, but it might not happen until the next hour or the next 15. Okay, but still, we're going to be going risk-free at. We'll probably be going risk-free around here, because this is previous support, which is 15. So it'd be nice to have a nice early trade, definitely. We really don't want this 15 closing below though. It's not to say that the trade's not going to play out. It just means if the 15 closes below, we might push further into drawdown, and you might as well wait to do that push into drawdown, and then as we come back up, we close above, then we can take buys up. You might as well do that. Yeah, because I would think price needs to come and tap previous support before driving. Because this is the 15-minute range. Well, there is another range here, I suppose. It's got 15-minute here. 15 close. Buy. Now, if this opens up and drives down, obviously we're waiting out. What I will probably do is take a second entry at 21.50. It is another area where you can tap and reject from. Because even if this would just be a break and retest, and then coming back down, if it wants to carry on down. Oh, bloody hell, we are pushing here. Big pushing candles as well, guys. Ooh. So there's 15 new 30 seconds. This 15 looks like it's going to close out here. Can I pull back in the 25 seconds? The 15 can actually push all the way down to 21.48 before coming back, which is pretty interesting. Get some tunes on it. Not this song though. Jesus. So if we do come back here, guys, right? We're going to be going risk-free fairly quick. Like you could even close out at break even, because the 15's now broke below now. Now I'm interested in a second entry in between 21.50 and 6.9 and 21.48.54. Because we've still got 44 minutes left of this hour. Right, let me turn this music off. I need better music than that. The 30's not closed yet. The 15's closed but hasn't done anything yet. What's the 5 done? Everything's broke the lows now at the minute. We've got loads of reasons to come back up. The daily's bullish. It's whether we're going to break the lows first. I can't see that this is going to break the lows. I'm not having this is enough fuel to break the lows. Can't see that. I think you're going to have to pull back. Okay, stand by, yeah. Stand by. I will be looking at another entry around 21.48 if we can push down to that. Stops would be the same. If you break them lows, guys, you don't want to be interested, because that's the daily breaking the lows, then you might push below. Is this the pullback here? It's tapped that area. It's whether this 15 is going to pull back now. I sort of want it to push further down. There's 15s here. Well, the 15 can come straight through. And then the 15 closes bearish right down here in 21.48. Then 115 comes all the way back. So how are we going to get something like that? Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Good morning, Krish. You can either take a second entry there or take a second entry at 21.46, but you do tend to, these areas here. This is the thing with no data to go off. You haven't got much data to go off. You've only got this. You've got this to go off here. These two. That is it. We've got 40 minutes left of this 4 hour. Now, this is a big 4 hour candle. Is this 4 going to push all the way, break the lows? It's looking like it at the minute. Or is it going to pull back for the new 4? Are we going to get a wick fill? Very bearish here. I've not got the second entry on yet, guys. What's that? 40 pips from there. That's a big 5 pushing candle. Look at that. This is the thing, when you these are abnormal, these, so is price gonna reject? Okay guys, right, I'm in for a second entry here. I am in for a second entry. Stops on this one are gonna be a bit, because I use the same lot, you can have stops a bit further down, but if you're breaking the lows here, let me have a look at these stops. Let me have a look at these stops up one. So I'm in for a second entry, guys, just be aware. What's this here? All we've got to go off where prices came through here is this, and this. That's all we've got to go off. We've had such a bearish run here this morning. Bear in mind, this didn't even break any highs. Price really shouldn't be breaking past. Shouldn't really be breaking past it. This is just the daily coming to test the previous wick. Or is it? Or is it going to push past it? Let's have a look at the daily. So this is what normally happens, is the daily testing the previous wick. It's just whether it's going to push past or not. So stops for me, it might as well be the same place, guys, really. But it's just whether this is going to break the low in order to drive up. I might want to just come and break this low to drive up. Can't believe how bloody bearish it is this morning. Look at that, man. 30-minute candle. Whew, 8 minutes. See if we can start pulling back. Because the next zone now is this area. What's the next zone? What are these here? What's this here? I think we might have to go below this for stops. If you can adjust your stops slightly, guys, be an extra like 5 pips or something, which is 2143.58. Wow. I need to make the profit box bigger on OBS, don't you? Can't actually fit in the profit and the okay, can we start pulling back? We've still got 7 minutes for a candle to close, so it's whether the 15. I mean, you've got loads of reasons to come back, loads. You've got no top wick on the 15, all the way up. You've got no top wicks. You didn't break any highs. Nothing really happened, right? Nothing really happened. In order to drive like this, really. 30, it's got no top wick. I would see price coming back to that, price coming back to that, no top wick, no top wick. The 1 hour, again, no top wick, no top wick, no top wick. But it's just how far this is going to push down before coming back. That's it. So I think we just need a closure of a candle and we should get a decent pullback. Now what we'll do on this though is, because we are breaking the lows, which we don't like, we'll take profit from, what is this? 48, we'll say 50, 25 pips. We'll go risk free on the second one. Where's 25? Oh, there. So that's like the advantage point where we could close out both full at that point. But I would think you're going to have to come and tap previous support. So if you get back up to 21.53, what you could do is take half from the second trade and close the other one at break even. And that'll take the risk off the table. We just need a closure of a candle here, like a 15 or 30 to pull, and then the next candle pulls back. Lovely day today. I'm going to go to the beach today, I think. Take the dogs. It's not like red hot and out, but I'm not on about practicing my backstrokes. Just more about just take the dogs for a walk. Good morning, crazy beast. How the devil? That's alright, mate. We've got 2 trades on this, actually. We're in 2 trades at the minute. I'll just wait out now, though. If I were you, I'd just wait for a closure back below 21.53. If you close back below 21.53, you're going to be coming up to at least 21.59. But that's probably the daily flipping to come all the way up. Well, actually, further. That's if the daily's going to do that, guys. We might get, this might be a fake out to the upside to drive down. Remember, this could be a fake out to the upside in order to drive down. We're trying to work out what it is, which one it is. We need a pullback at the minute. Got 30-minute candles, the next big candle to close. So if the 30 closes like this, hopefully we can get a pullback straight away, and then we can get out. But what you might get is, because you're in a clean traffic range now down to 21.46, you might just come and fill the range at 21.46. Then you might mess about here. You might mess about here before coming back up. That's what could happen also. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can get back. What's the 5s doing? We had a nice 5 bullish close, which is nice. See if this 5 can flip. Turn off the lights, turn off the lights. Gone. He is a nightmare, man. That's 5 of the 30 now. Let's see if this 5 can close bullish. It'll probably be a sign that the 30 is going to pull back first. But if it closes bearish, then the 30 might push down more because the 5's broke the lows. Let's say 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Come on, the 5. Get up there. Get up there. Had a really big push down, guys. That's a really nice big push on the 4, really. Plus you've got no top wick. I would think price is going to have to come back to this before driving down. But it's just whether it stops us first before coming back. If that makes sense. Five's pushing nicely. This would be nice. Can this 30 pull back then? Are we going to end up like this? See, because what you might get now is you might get a wick fill on the 30. We ideally want the 15 to close respecting 21.51. Come on. Because when you get a big long wick like this, and with a short body, it means you get a wick fill. Ideally, you want this 15 to flip. Come on, the new 30. Get up there. Same on the 30. You might just get a wick fill here. We'll see. You ideally want to respect 21.51 if possible. On this 30. That'd be nice if we can. The 5's closing bullish, which is nice. 18 seconds. Can I push a bit further? We've got some hell of a momentum pushing down mine. Oh, this tune's made me rave. I haven't done my hair this morning, it's on top of my head. Still got bedhead. This is how I sleep. Okay, we've had a 5 bullish close. The 30's closed below though. Can this be the hour pulling back, or is the hour gonna? I mean, worst case, if the hour closes down here, the new hour should pull back anyway. But you sort of want this 30 to do it ideally, which it is. But it just means, in a way, you want the 30 come down, test the wick first, and then flip back up. That's what we want, really. So I know you don't want more drawdown, but you sort of want a bit more drawdown in order to come back. A nice 5 close. Where does this 5 close? Yeah, you need a 5 close above 21.51. Got loads of reasons to come back. Look at the 15. 15 top wick. This is what I'm saying. You might get a wick fill on the 15. Drive further down. If we drive further down, it means we might be coming down to 21.46. But can we pull back to 21.53 first? And we'll close the first trade out, right? And then we can take partial of the second one. And then hopefully we'll let the rest push up, get some flies on it. Which is not a bad range, really. 49 pips. Stops are good as well. Stops are lovely. Should be nice profit, really. You're round about the break-even point here now, guys. So if you don't like the trade, get out. And I know that's hard for some of you because you will have a small loss. But that's the thing. It's a controlled loss. Do you know what I mean? It's a controlled loss. And it's all about... But everyone says it's impossible to get a 100% win rate. Right? Everyone takes losses. Right? You have to take losses. But as long as they're controlled. What's a 5 doing? This 5's probably going to be a good point. If the 5 can break above 21.51, then we're likely going to come back to 21.53. There is a little area here. It's 21.52 though. But they do tend to pull back to 21.50. We really want this 5 to close bullish if possible. Not doji. Not doji. It's tough because we've got no data to go off here. The only time we broke the lows was here. And he actually closed down in 21.58 on the 5s. And then 1.5 just went boom. So are we going to push further down on the 5s to close at 21.48? Because we haven't closed down there. Oh, did we close down on the 5? Oh, we did actually. So is this just going to be pulling back now? Now, if we can get a bottom wick and then flip back to the upside, we can go risk-free on the second trade at that point. But really, you want to give this a bit of a breathing space because you need this second trade to get out the first one. Yeah, because you take the profits from here to here. Or if you don't like the risk, you could just wait for this to get tapped, which it should get tapped. I'm just thinking it's all on this 4 really. I really want this 4 to flip, or we get a wick fill on this 4. So if this 4, because currently this 4 is still up here. It's still up here. It's definitely still in this range. So it's, I mean, if you look at these 4s, these 4s had pushed all the way down. Look at this 4. This 4 had pushed all the way down to tap where we've tapped and then pulled back and closed respecting. So it definitely can happen. But there's only 25 minutes left of this 4. So is it going to happen? So all we really need is a forward close without breaking the lows. If we get a forward close without breaking the lows, what we should get with the new 4, the new 4 should pull back first. And I think it'll probably pull back and tap this top wick of this 4. And all these top wicks in the 1 hours and 30s and 15s. And then even if it wants to flip to the downside, it can do it at that point. But I think we'll probably close back in, and this 4 will just be a fake out. And this will be coming to test the previous daily wick. I think that's what we can probably see happening. I might be wrong, because if you look at the wicks now, we haven't broke the low on the daily yet, right? That's if it's going to do that. It might not, because the daily is currently still in this range, isn't it? That daily's bullish. Well, it's like that. The daily's still in this range. So therefore, where should the daily be coming? Well, this is creating a bottom wick, testing the previous wick. This daily should flip to the upside, technically. That's technically what should happen. Unless this was a fake out to the upside. Fake out to the upside to then for the daily to close bearish. But fake outs, you can't preempt them really unless it's like a range 1 or range 2. That's the only thing you can do to stop them. Come on, what's the 30 doing? 30's flipped as well. Looks like we're driving down here. 5's bearish close. Oh, there's no bottom wick on this 5. But this is what we want. We wanted a bottom wick really. We wanted a bottom wick on the 15 and the 30. But it does look like you might get a range, a wick fill. What's the next candle to close? The 15. What do we want the 15 to do? Well, the 15's in a clean traffic range. The 15 technically should be coming down to 21.46. Technically. It's all on the 4, really. But again, if you don't like it, guys, get out now. You'll have a small loss because everything's printing bearish at the minute. Right. I'm holding out for the 4 to close. We just want the 4 close. We don't want the 4 breaking the lows. That's the issue. We don't want that happening. We just want a 4 close anywhere around here. And then the pullback. You should come and tap 21.53 at least. Because that's previous support at that point in order to flip to the downside. So we're just chilling for now. And what you can do as well, if you want, is you could put this second trade to risk-free. If you get stopped at break even, at least you're not in a second trade if you do come down. And then what you could do is watch price in around here for another entry to buy back. If price starts struggling here, you could then buy back up. That's what we could do. I'm just waiting. This hour, man, how big's this hour candle gonna be? Such a big candle, look at this. I mean, if you look at this hour, you can do some big hourly candles here. Look at that. Came all the way down and then pulled back and closed respecting. Are we gonna get that? Be nice if we do. I'm just gonna grab a bottle of water, guys. 2 seconds. What a beautiful day. Oh, the five's breaking the laws. What are you doing? Looks like the five's broke the law, so we're going to be pushing fair. We're going to be pushing down to 21.46. We really need this support to hold at 21.46. Very bearish, aren't we? Gold so weak at the minute. Whoo! See, I probably wouldn't take these sells coming down. You didn't get a chance to get in. And you haven't had any pullbacks. So I wouldn't really be in selling down either, really. Mason, can you turn that down, please? Are we going to get this? Are we going to get this? On the last 15-minute candle. We know the 15 can close down here, right? We know this 15 can close like this. So ideally we want a 15 close like this, and then the new 15 opens up and just bombs it. So let's see. I mean, this has only happened once. This is the thing with previous data. When you're all-time highs, you haven't got the data to go off. We've only got one. So if the 15 can close respect and the new 15 just comes straight back up like this one, that would be fantastic for us. There's loads of reasons to come back as well. Come on, baby. Five's pushing nicely. 4 minutes left though. It's the first minute of the five. So it might just be the pullback. Because the five's broke the lows now. So could this be a fake out on the five? Can we get a nice five close? Nice bullish five close in 3 minutes. If you get a bullish close five like this, that's a good sign. You might want to come and break the lows again. I do believe this has to get tapped before driving down. Yeah. Yeah. It's chocolate. Now if this hour does come and pull back and close respecting 21.58, fantastic. Fantastic. You would have had a breakout to the downside, liquidity grab to now drive back up and even to break these highs. Let's have a look at the chat. Good morning, Crazy Beast. Mine for watching. You in a trade now? Yes. Mine just doing a little recap. Hey, mate. Are you in a trade? We are in a trade. I just hold out at the minute. Just all I would do, if you get closures above 21.53, maybe look to buy up. Okay, that's all we've. If you're not in these trades, we've got 2 trades on at the minute, and we're in drawdown on one and profit on the other. The recap, yeah, the recap, mate, is the daily closed bullish back into the range, but we don't know if it's a fake out. This daily's came to do a bottom wick, tested the previous wick, so we are expecting this daily to flip. Now, I do believe the weekly hasn't got a steep enough top wick to drive down. I might be wrong, but I do feel that I personally would want to see 21.74 getting tapped on the weekly in order to drive down. Because why didn't this daily drive down? And then why should this one drive down when this one didn't even break any highs? So I can't really see it driving too much. It might just break the lows, but I don't think it'll drive. I think you're going to have to come back up to 21.74 before driving. And then the 4 hour had no top wick and we had a big pushing candle down. Then we were looking at the 4 hour flipping. It's probably not going to flip now because it's only got 15 minutes left. But this 4 was closing respecting, so everything was showing you that was respecting. Expecting the 4 to flip. The 3 had closed respecting this area and had no top wick on this 3. The 2 had no top wick, no top wick. The 2 did break out mine, but still he had no top wicks to come back up. Loads of reasons to come back up. No, the 1 hour, yes, did break the lows, but was trickling. Yeah, trickling. And then no top wick, and then a big pushing candle. And then I believe the 30 closed bullish, but Nestle, I didn't see that. But the 15 had closed bullish. And then we had a big pushing candle to the downside. And what tends to happen is all these candles respected this area. And then you'll tend to get one candle, it'll close bullish, it'll pop out. And that'll be the one what flips and drives. And that's what I thought we were getting here. So we took a trade here at 21.53 to come up. It powered straight through that, and we're getting closer to the downside, so we took another wing back entry at 21.48 because we haven't got much data to go off though. All these trades are a lot more risky than what we normally trade, right? Because we're all-time highs, we haven't got much data. But because of this area here, you tend to tap this and then reject. And I would think even if you want to drive down, you've had such a pushing candle on the hour. If the hour closes below, or even the 4 hour closes below, you're going to have to come and tap previous support anyway, which is 21.53, to then flip to come to the downside, and then you'll get something like this. At that point, we're going to take the profit from this trade to here, and then we'll close this one out at break even. So that's the plan, basically. That's why we've took this trade. It's the daily mainly. The daily's bullish, but it could be a fake out. We could get caught out. We just need to avoid if price needs to come back up. If price needs to come back up in order to drive down, it shouldn't really break these lows. It shouldn't really break these lows. That's why stops are pretty good. Stops are only 50 pips, which is pretty good for me. Oh, look at this 30 now, guys. Wow. This is exactly what we wanted. A bottom wick on the 30. Now you'll have liquidity to drive back up. So can this 30 come back up? We had a lovely 5-minute close. Look at this 5 close. 5 close back into the air. Can this 5 break the highs? Nice, nice. We've got 10 more minutes left for a 4 hour close. If this 4 hour, guys, even if this 1 hour can close respect in this area, that is really nice. Because it means we're going to get something like this. Where we've been down here. The next hour still closes bearish, but look where that hour goes. Goes all the way to 21.57. Right? So if we can get the hour closing respect, then fantastic. But again, you should be around the break even. So if you don't like it, get out now. Like I keep saying. But the fives, if this 5 closes like this, you should be pushing 21.53 at least. And I'll be getting out this first trade. But it's up to you what you do. I'll be getting out this first trade. I'll take partial out the second trade, and then we'll go risk free. You shouldn't be coming back down here if the daily is going to flip, and then I'll literally hold. Come on, the 5. Can you close above? If this 5 doesn't break the high here and close, it means we might consolidate until the hour closes. And then what you might get with the new hour might push down first, break the lows, and that's how you'll end up with this double bottom type before coming back up. Okay, the 5's broke the high. Can we push through? I'm on that second push, but decide not to. Figured. Well, this is the thing. I mean, the second entry is really nice, to be fair. But you've just got to understand that if you get an hour close below here now, right, you technically, you get an hour close anywhere below 21.53 and 21.46, you're probably going to come and fill the range. There's nowhere else to go. Right? So there's no point taking a buy at the minute because you're bearish. You should be coming to fill the range. If anything, you want an hour close back in. If you get an hour close back in, you've technically then had a fake out to the downside. All you do then is wait for a bottom wick and then buy stops up to come and fill the range, because you're going to tap 21.57 even if you want to drive down. So that's your advantage point, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be taking any trades at the minute. There's no point getting in at the minute. It just means you've got to get up early, mate, and get on the streams. I was debating on buying that second push, decided not to, figured it would come further. Yeah, just wait out. Or you into, I got in at the 50% of that fair value gap, and OB valid in price action sense, as well as this is a good to go new 4 hour push down. First to continue the drive up. Yeah, I mean, I used to trade OB strategy and all that, fair value gaps and all that good stuff. But I don't do that anymore. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This could just be a fake out to the downside to drive up. It makes sense with the daily. Look at the daily now. Test the previous week. If this daily flips, guys, you're in the money. Right? You're in the money. You shouldn't be coming back down. Okay, so I'm going to be closing 50% of my second trade. 5. Yes, I've took 50%. I'm going to be closing the first trade. You can hold if you want. This is just what I do, guys. It's up to yourselves what you do. I'm closing the first trade, and now we are risk-free. First trade is closed. We are now risk-free on this trade, and we've got flyers. Now, the question is, do we need to come back down to break the lows to drive up? I don't really think we need to. I think this is probably the fake out to come back up. Okay. Now, if we can get a 1 hour close respecting 21.53, fantastic. If we get a 1 hour close below, then I'd probably be looking at taking more partial. Okay. We've had some nice profit out of that anyway. What did we get? Up $727 so far. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing. All on this hour now. Okay, everyone grab some profit. Whoever got on the trade this morning. Now for another trade, for the guys who are not in, let's have a look. So if you need that hour close above, guys, really. Otherwise, you think if this hour doesn't close above, you're then going to have to wait another hour for another hour close back in. So you need the hour closing in, yeah. And then what you can do, I'm just thinking, how do you then get in then? You'd probably need a bottom wick. And if the hour opens up with a bottom wick, no top wick. So for example, let's say this hour closes like that. I'll do an example. With a bottom wick. Okay, it's got no top wick. If this hour can open up, push down, tap 21.51, you can potentially get buy stops on the other side of the hour, ready for this hour to flip, because this hour won't be driving down without at least creating a top wick for this 1 hour. So all you would do is buy stop above, and then as this flips, take partial move to break even, creating it, and then if it does flip back down to get a wick fill or whatever, then you know you're risk free, you're out, you've took some profit. Okay, is the hour closed? Now it's last 5 minutes of the hour. We're still bullish on the 5, nice. We still haven't broke back into the range yet though. Close 40 from my 50 lot. Wow, nice mate. 50, oh, 0.50. I thought you used a 50 lot there. But that's was my bad, took a guess. Was my bad, took a guess. You wouldn't be in a trade at 8, but that's, yeah, I mean, we got one the other day, I think it was like literally 5 past 8, mate. I just jumped down, I was like, right, I'm in here. Close 0.40 from my 0.50 lot, letting the 10 lot run. I'll go to the gym now. I'm done for this session. Yeah, well done, mate. Fantastic. That's it. You don't carry on trading. You're done. Have the rest of the day off. You only need 2 trades a week, guys. Right? Two trades a week on a 200k account is going to bring you some decent income still. Yeah. And if you've got a couple of 200k's accounts and a live account, you know, you only need 1 trade a week. Another trade added to the thingy. We're on 46 wins, 4 break-evens, 3 losses. 2 of the losses were controlled partial losses, and we did have 1 full loss, which was the second last trade of last month. Otherwise we would have had some nice profit, but that's trading, isn't it? What is this hour going to do? It's all on this hour here, guys. If this hour closes below, I'm going to be taking some more partial, okay? Three minutes. Five's pulling back down. Can this 5 flip in the last 2 minutes? Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Come on, the one. Can you close respecting? Oh, we're pushing back down here on the 5, aren't we? Oh, the 5's flipped again. Come on, the 5. Big push. Big push. The 5 is struggling. One little push in. We just need the 5 closing above, guys. That'll be the hour closing respecting. If the hour closes respecting this, right, then we're going to get a pullback to at least the top wick. But if it closes below, it might mean we only get a pullback to the previous support level at 21.53. Oh, we've closed below there. Okay, guys, I'm going to be taking another partial from this. 5. There you go. Okay. I've took another partial, guys. I haven't got much left in the trade, really. But what we might get here now, though, is the hours can come and fill this range. Now, also what you might get, this might just be a fake out to the downside, right? So what you'll get then, if it is a fake out, you'll get something like this. The hour will come and give us a wick fill. How far down? I don't know. Right? It can come as far as testing the previous wick if it wants to, which we might get stopped out. Or it might only come to 21.51. There is an area here, 21.51, where you can tap and then reject, and then you get a fake out back into the area. So you'll get a bottom wick. But at the minute, the 1 hour's broke out, you see, to the downside. Now you might not even get that far. You might flip up and give a top wick first before driving down. So if we do tap 21.56, I will be taking another partial and probably move stops to the low of this hour at that point. Okay. So just be aware, though, that you could get stopped now on this hour. So if you want to take some more partial, take some more partial, because you're in a clean traffic range. Plus you've got a wick to fill. the thing is, though, this would be a nice sell. However, I personally wouldn't take it. Why do you think I wouldn't take it? Why do you think I wouldn't take this hour breakout here? Well, the reason being is all these top wicks. I do feel price needs to come back up. I would need all these getting tucked before taking sells below here, because I would just be worried that the 4 is going to create that steep top wick first. That's why I would be worried. I would need to see all these getting tucked. I'd need a pullback on the 4 tapping at least 21.57 at least before taking sells below. That's what I would personally would need. Another fantastic second entry there. Lovely. Lovely. Hell of a push that, though. It was a bit strange. I mean, what you could do is, if the hour does come up and create a top wick for this, you could move stops to the down, because if that means if the hour does flip, it's free to drive. So if this hour does come and tap 21.55, 56, you can move stops to the body of the hour, because if this hour does flip to the downside, it's likely going to drive further and push past the wick now, because you create a top wick. So, and you're not bothered, are you? You don't want to be in the trade at that point. Well, let's see. Oh, if you're done for the day, just close out. It's up to you. It's all down to yourselves. Good morning, Jack. Morning, Mikey G. Jace.
Morning, pal.
Morning, pal. Did you get in on them?
Yeah, but my lot size is a bit too high, and when it got down to the bottom, it took me out. So I had to get back in for the second entry. But not because I'm doing a certain strategy where you risk quite a high percentage. Yeah, it took me out, so I had to get back in it. But I made my money back, but I about broke even.
Ah, right. Are you still in it then or not?
No, I closed out when I broke even just to be safe, because I didn't know if it was going to go up or come back down to 46-ish levels. So
well, don't trade now, mate. That's done.
No.
Just if you break even to win, as long as you followed your plan, which you obviously didn't with your lot size.
Yeah, I was going for the sales originally, but then when you explained about with the buys where it could have gone, I kind of doubted myself and just went for it, and I went in.
That's the thing sometimes, and this is where it's hard to manage, is because there's loads of people on YouTube and that, and when you're watching people, it can throw you off. You do get the point where you do have to sort of just go your own really and stop watching people.
I had some few choice names for you anyway when it bust out, but I was trusting you. It's not your fault, it's mine. Should have kept the lot size a bit smaller.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your stops should have been down. So you should have calculated your stops.
Yeah.
So even if you were risking 100%, say your account, right?
Yeah.
You should have. What were stops? Stops were 50 pips, weren't they? Which is fantastic for us. So you should have calculated your lot size to use the correct lot for 50 pips, 100% loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have been able to get in again, would you? No. Because but this is where you've got to look at your risk again and go, okay, well, I need to be able to place 2 trades. I do feel you always need to be able to place 2 trades, unless you're doing the flippage, that is. Then this is where it's tricky, because the entries need to be spot on, and this probably wasn't ideal for you.
I wasn't at all, no.
So I know exactly what you mean.
Well, it's part of the game, isn't it?
Of course it is, but the flippage, mate, like, if you've been doing it right, you should have profit. You should have took profit out, moved it over, covered. Jace, you need to mute, mate. He's on it, isn't he? Jace. I'm mute. I forgot what I was saying now.
Don't worry, mate, I get it.
Can this? Are we going to pull back here? Come on. Lovely trade. How many pips did we take there? Look at that, guys. 48 pips. 1-to-1. Bloody. When do we get a 1-to-1? Wow. When do we get a 1-to-1? On stream as well, eh? Yeah, it's tricky now for people if you're not in this trade, because the hours broke out. So the only way I'd be taking trades now is I'd want buys, because I don't think you can drive. I don't think you're going to be able to absolutely drive past this without breaking the highs, without coming back up to for a steeper top wick on the weekly. I might be wrong, guys, but that's what I would want to see. But so to get another trade, I would need an hour fake out back into this area. But I don't think you're going to close like this. I think if anything, you're going to close maybe like that. And I suppose as long as you don't break the highs, if you got an hour close like that, Why would you do that? The reason, there's only one reason. You're going to want to come and break these highs. That's it. Because where's all the money? Where is all the money? There'll be loads of money here. Loads of money. Because people would have had the stops above here. And then when they're seeing this, they would have been shitting themselves and think, oh my god, I'm going to get stopped out. Oh, now price is reversing. Okay, we've had a break below now again. Okay, I'll add some more positions here. Where's my stops going to be? I'll just go above here or above here. So people be stacking positions here. Come down. If you get an hour close like this, there's only one reason you're coming this way, and that's because you're going to go like that. Break, grab all that money. And I think you need to do that in order to come down. I might be wrong, but we will see. We will see. I might leave that there and come back now and see if that's what happens. See if it looks exactly like it. The hours flip back bullish there. It's struggling to get back above here, that's the issue. Oh yeah, look, you had a bearish 5 close. This is closing in 1 second. You still didn't break the highs, you closed respecting still, so it might mean we might need to come back down first. We might get something like this here. You might need to pull back to this just to push past this area. Oh, my woman, isn't she good? Anybody like Battenberg cake? Love a Mr. Kipling Battenberg cake. Fantastic, man. Full of sugar though, it's like drinking a cup of sugar. Yeah, look, we'll come back down now. So when you see price struggling to break a high like this, it just means you haven't got enough liquidity. You're going to have to pull back.
I'm in for a sale.
Well, you're probably going to get back to 21.51. And if you think about it, the hour is bearish. You broke out on the hour. So you're likely going to get a wick fill. So you're going to come to at least 21.51, I would think, before driving up. But it's just how far.
I'm not going in again today.
Yeah, just how far is this wick fill going to be? You know, how far it could come all the way. It might stop us out and then flip. I mean, saying that, if you look at this hour, I know this one closed respecting, that might be the difference, but this hour only came down to 21.51, but the hours closed below, so does that mean you're going to get the same length candle, but you're going to tap 21.51.26, and then you flip bullish?
I'm going to go either way before I end up getting tempted.
Yeah,
I'm off.
no worries, mate. I'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Let's unmute Jace now. Are we going to avoid this bottom wick? I mean, this 30, what this 30 might do is come and test this wick and then flip. So we might be safe. Might. Look at that entry though, guys. Lovely second entry. was that? What the hell is that? Jace. Jace. I've muted you, mate, fortunately. 50. For the regiment. Oh, we flip back up here. How are we going to drive? Oh, look at the 5, guys. Look at that. Is that enough to get up? Is this 5 going to break above? Are you going to mess about? Come on, let's get a 5. This could just be a break to the high in order to drive down though. So, don't get too excited yet. We haven't quite had that top wick yet, have we? What's this 30 going to do? If this 30 closes doji, or bearish, guys, I'm going to take another partial. Because it means you're going to have to come back down, definitely. And how far down, I don't know at that point. But if this 30 can close above 21.53, nice. We'll keep it. 5's flipping back to the downside here. Got some exciting news coming as well soon, guys. So keep an ear out. If you're not in the Discord group, get in the Discord group. It's free. And you'll get to hear the announcements first. We're not an MLM, so we're not the type who sort of big up these things and have these big massive events. We've got some great news, guys. Fantastic news. Good morning, Sharif. You alright, mate? Yeah, it does seem to be struggling. Needs to come back down, mate. It hasn't got enough liquidity to keep driving. So this 5 wasn't enough, but it did reject. So I do think we're going to come to at least 2151. You might even come further, but I think you've got to come to at least this in order to break this. It's from Japan. I can see all this news from Japan on Forex calendar, but also says Japan bank holiday. Does it? Let's have a look. What day are we on? Tuesday. Oh yeah, that's weird. All day, that is weird. Maybe it's just when the rates come out, looks like it, doesn't it? Just 30, doing 8 minutes left for this 30. Now, there is a minor support here, right? So if the 30 can close, if it closes bearish, but respecting this, you've technically got a nest play, but the issue you've got is you haven't got much data to go off. Oh, actually, what's this? Oh, do you know what? Yeah, if we can get a nest play, so it can actually close bearish, as long as it closes respecting 2152. That's a good sign. What you should get then is you'll probably get a bottom wick to then flip. That would be nice. Yes, that will be nice. But yeah, we're 50 pips up so far, guys. Really nice. Six minutes for 30 close, guys. What should we talk about? Any conspiracies? I like a bit of conspiracy. No, we won't use that word actually, because it might be bad for the algos. Do we talk about how daft my hair looks? I've still got bedhead. I'm waiting for them to grow dead long, and then I'm going to go and get them maintained. Full redone, free locked again. Yeah, good. No conspiracy theories, because YouTube bans us. So maybe not. He's a good one. Actually, it's not conspiracy theory, so maybe not. What was the point of even typing that? It's more of a fact. Go on then. Let's give us a fun fact. Fun fact of the day. Fun fact of the day. Give us a fun. He's typing. I can hear it. If you don't know John, guys, who Crazy Beast is, he's a member, and he has the loudest keyboard in the world. Now, at one point, I thought he'd actually linked up a typewriter to his monitor, and I thought he was using that as a keyboard. It was. I can hear him typing now, and he lives down south. Loudest keyboard, yeah, you do. Really loud, mate. I am. Well, it might just be a normal keyboard, mate, but it's just in the way you hit it. I mean, if you look at look how thin my keyboard is. You probably can't even see, but look how thin my keyboard is. Just a tiny, skinny, slim. You know, a bit like me. If I was reincarnated as a keyboard, that's what I would come back as. Slim and sleek. Full-fledged gaming keyboard. Has it got lights on it? My son's got one with like lights on the background and it all lights up and that. Yeah, it changes colours, yeah. Last 5 for the 30, guys. If you look at the 5, the previous 5 actually closed bullish back up, and this one's got no top wick. So is this 5 going to flip back to the upside, or are we going to close bearish to come down? If we close bearish, it means the new 30 might pop up first, create a top wick for this, and then flip bearish. So I'll take another partial if the 30 closes below. But if this 30 closes respecting, then we'll hold. Oh, pushing back down like. You donut. I do think we need to tap this though before coming back up. Nice early trade though this morning. We've had a couple of early ones. That's what I was saying back when we were waiting till 11, 12 o'clock for a trade. I said this is not normal. We're normally in and out on the morning. Done. I mean it's 9:30 here. It's just gone 9:30. I could technically close the stream down and be done for the rest of my day. But obviously we're on stream. I like to finish it out. 1 minute for 30 close. If the 30 closes like this, it could still play out because the 1 hour hasn't closed yet, but it's how far is this pullback going to be? Don't know. You have got minor support here as well. So if you look at this, you have got minor support here. What trader? Oh, could do, I suppose. Okay, 30 close. We still haven't broke below this. Can we come back up? Okay, we've got no top wick on this 5. If this 5 comes up, create a top wick. Probably going to take another partial. Can we push back up? I'll be taking another partially at 21.52, guys, if this 5 comes back up. If it comes back up. And then I will literally let the rest rock. I might even leave you with it at that point. $30. Because is this the hour pushing now back down? You're not really driving down. You're not driving down where I would probably think this would need to drive down. Like, if you look at the 5s, right? So we came up and then we messed about. This one broke this high. Bear in mind, there's not much liquidity whatsoever. So I can't really see this driving down because I'm not having this would create this drive down. So if anything, we might just trickle and do that if we are going to keep coming down. But this is why it's telling me that the hour is going to flick back bullish. I might be wrong because we did break out. I am thinking we're going to get a fake out here. That's what I am thinking. We're going to get a fake out. Back into this area, and if we do, fantastic, we're in the money. But it's how steep's this bottom wick going to be. That's the only thing. And the 30's closed bearish, but we haven't broke below this area. That's why I am going to take another partial, because the 30 has closed bearish. The reason why I'm suspecting a fake out is because I can't see us driving down, mate. For all the reasons what I've explained. Let me close that door. It's got the bloody headline. So all the reasons where price is likely going to come back up is because all the ones, no top wicks. So you got no top wick, no top wick. More when you get loads of no top wicks like this, what you'll find is price will power through that range. It'll just fly through it, okay, to come back up to create all them top wicks. You've got like, and if you're into obviously fair value gaps and imbalance and all that, you know, you've got some there. What else was there? 2 hour no top wick again, 3 hour no top wick, 4 hour no top wick. So you've got loads of reasons to come back, right? And also the reason why I'm thinking, okay, we're not going to drive down and we can break the lows, reason being is because this didn't break any highs and this didn't break any highs. So why would price drive down? You haven't broke any highs whatsoever. So I do think in and around here, this is just a pullback of the daily for the daily to flip to the upside. So you're going to get a 4 hour fake out as well. So I do believe, this is just what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing, is we're going to get an hour fake out here. So this hour is going to close bullish. And I do believe the 4 is going to close bullish as well, back above 21.57. I do believe we're going to get something like this. I might be wrong. I think we're going to get something like that. Because, and it all comes back to, the daily is bullish. The daily is bullish. If the daily closes bearish, then this was a fake out. Yeah, I mean, we had a fake out to the downside, and then we closed back into this area. Now, unless we get another fake out back to the downside, this daily needs to flip unless we get another fake out. But you've got to look at the daily as well, right? So, no bottom wick. So we said yesterday, okay, this is going to close bullish. What did it do? Close bullish. Exactly what we said it was going to do. Right? But why didn't this one close bearish? And why didn't it drive down? Well, because this wasn't enough liquidity to carry on driving. So it needs to pull back. So this pulled back but didn't break any highs. So that means, if it didn't break any highs, that means this can close bearish, yes, below, but it's not going to drive because you haven't broke any highs in order to do it. Right? So that's the difference between breaking highs or just pulling back. So then what happened is, this daily then pulled back, tested previous support. So you didn't even break this high. So I don't think this is enough liquidity to break this low. I can't see it. I might be wrong because it's Forex, you know, and I'm not a wizard. I don't know all the answers. I just act upon what I see. Because this daily's closed back into the range. Then he didn't break any highs, so I can see this daily actually flipping. You come and test previous wick, and I actually see this daily flipping to the upside and probably coming to fill this range at 21.74. That's what I can probably see. It's going to happen. And tonight at 10 o'clock, have a look, see if I was right. I might not be. I don't know all the answers, remember. But this that would make sense, wouldn't it? It would make sense. I do believe the weekly needs a steeper top wick as well. And we've seen that with the top down before we even got to the daily. So the weekly, for me, I do believe you need to come and tap 21.74 on the weekly at least. You need a steeper top wick, 21.74, in order to drive down. If you had that, then you've probably got enough liquidity to drive further down. But you haven't had much of a top wick. So how can you carry on driving if you haven't had much of a top wick? I just can't see it. So that's why, John, I hope it's explained. I've explained it okay for you. I mean, look at this hour now. I did say this hour is going to flip bullish, close bullish, and the 4 is going to close bullish above 21.57. You're all going to think I'm a wizard, aren't you, if that happens? What does breaking highs on wicks suggest? Like, why is it an important point to bear in mind, if that makes sense? Because I'm under the impression they're just liquidity. Well, what is liquidity? So liquidity, the way I look at price, it's like driving a car, right? So if you're driving, you've got so much fuel in the tank. You can only get so far. Let's say that tank only holds, I don't know, 10 litres, right? Just plucked out my ass. 10 litres. You're soon going to run out of fuel. What are you going to have to do? Well, you're going to have to pull back into a petrol station. So you pull back. And then if you refuel, so if you only refuel 1 litre, so you fill it up 1 litre, that means you can only drive another, 10 miles, whatever. Right? And then you could fill up another 1 litre and then drive 10 miles. But if you put a full tank in, in the car, that means you're going to break highs, aren't you? You're going to break this high, you're going to break this high. Because where the fuel is here, This is how you fill your tank. The fuel's here, actually, and the fuel's here. I'll put an F. Okay. That means now that you've got a full tank, now you can actually drive straight through, further, for longer. That's the way I look at it. It's just an analogy of just driving a car. You just need to refuel at the minute. So I'll do that on the charts. What I mean. So when you come and test the previous, and you don't actually break, it just means yes, you might break the lows still, but you're not going to drive. You're going to move down like that. That's how you get this wave effect. But if you come up and break any lows, any highs like that, that means you've got more fuel. You can actually drive further. Does that make sense? How I've explained that. Look at the hour now, guys. Sexy. Liquidity is fuel. Other traders' stop losses. Basically, yeah, the stop losses are the fuel, and the more, it's like you're looking for the fuels the big fuel pools to siphon. And where's the fuel pool at the minute? Well, it's going to be above here, because you had this didn't break a high, and this didn't break a high, so you're going to have. Also, look, no top wick. Look at that. I've just noticed. No top wick. Price is going to want to come back to that. Be loads of fuel here. And that's where price is heading to refuel. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at the 30 now. Nice. Okay, I will be taking another partial at 21.55, and then I'll let the rest rock to 21.74. That's not a logic, but why would it drive further if it's broken highs? Because it's now got... it's two things, really. If it breaks the highs, it's price reversing and going to go that way. Or it's picked up liquidity in order to drive down. That's what it means if it breaks the highs. So look, this, for example, this 15. This 15 is currently still bearish. So you're still in this range below, right? You're still technically in this range. So therefore you should be coming down, right? And this 15's popped up. Now this is a liquidity grab in order to drive down, if it's going to do that. But we're getting that on a higher time frame as well, the opposite way. That's why we think it's going to go up, right? But that's technically how it would work. You either break the highs to drive further up, or if this 15 pulled back now and closed respecting, that's a liquidity grab, refuel in order to drive down to fill the range. So the thing, these are like the last things you start adding to your trading, fake outs and understanding this, because currently, if you go back to basic Meraki, if we drown out the noise, that is the hour range we're in. That's the hour range we're in. Okay, this is support. The hour's broken. You'd wait for a top wick, and then you'd want a top wick ruling this out. This top wick, and then you would have sell stops underneath to come and fill the range, because technically you should be coming to fill this range now. That's basic Meraki. But as time's advanced and I've advanced my trading, we understand price. We are trading pure price action. You can't get more organic way to trade than Meraki, really. You just can't do it. We don't use indicators. We have indicators to help us. So, for example, if you struggle identifying support and resistance lines, like your zones, you've got the trending structure to help you. You've got the candlestick strength to help you. You've also got the lot size calculator if you struggle with identifying lots. But these are just aids. Like, it helps us. So we'll be a bit lazy, basically. But other than that, we're just watching price. I see, so you have to identify that and then use higher time frames to try and figure it out. Basic thing, Meraki, look at the daily. What's the daily done? That's 9 times out of 10. If you can identify what the daily's done, you can work out what trades you're going to take. Right? And understand candles. So 3 things you need to know about Meraki, right? one, how candles move, how they open up and close, and if the close with no top and bottom wick, what happens to price then? How the next candle tends to then close the opposite. Exactly what we did with the daily yesterday. I don't know if you're on the stream, but I was saying all day, this daily's got no bottom wick, so this daily technically should close bullish. And we were down here creating a bottom wick on this daily at the minute, and everyone was looking at sells, and I was like, this daily's going to close bullish because this one's got no bottom wick. That's what tends to happen, not all the time, because Forex anything can happen. That's what tends to happen. Okay, so one, how candles move and open up, and how no bottom and top wicks work. Two, how to identify zones, and then three, how price moves in between zones. And it's fairly straightforward. Let's say you've got your zone and price is moving up, and all it is once you've identified your zone, did that candle close respecting, or did it break out? And you do this on a daily time frame first. If the daily had broke out like that, and then you've come on the chart and you're seeing something like that, what are you thinking? Well, the daily is now in the next range. The daily, look at the previous daily, not the one what's moving, the previous. Forget the one what's moving. The daily is now technically in that range, so therefore where should price be going? Well, price should be coming up. Okay, cool. So, knowing this daily should start coming down to test the previous wick. Let's say there's a wick here. And then this daily technically should start to flip throughout the day. Flip bullish. So if you do it on the daily time frame first, and then you can look at your setups on a lower time frame, and you just do exactly the same thing on the hour, 4 hour, 15. That's it. That's all you're doing. Now if this daily had closed respecting, what are you thinking? Okay, well therefore we are still in this range. So no matter what this daily is doing, this daily might push up first, and then you expect it to flip to come back down to fill the range. Because where, if it closes respecting, where should we be coming? Well, back down. But if this daily had opened up and done that, what are you thinking then? Well, we've missed the move. Like, we can't do anything because price is coming down. You're gonna have to wait for a daily close to see if this closes respecting or breaks out, or pulls back and flips. Like, but at that point, you wouldn't be taking buys because you close respecting on this daily. And it's just about waiting for that perfect on the daily, and then you get in on the lower time frames. Does that make sense? I know that's quite a lot of info. If you're interested in learning how I trade, guys, get yourself onto relentlesshub.com or in the link tree in the descriptions, and our course is on there. You get access to the course there. What's this hour? It's flipped back to the downside this hour. Ooh, look at this. 15 had broke out back above. So the 15's broke back above. So is this just a bottom wick for this 15 to flip to the upside? Or was this a fake out to the upside in order to come further down? I did say I thought this would have got tapped 21.51. 2 seconds, guys. Gonna nip the toilet. the 15 now. Nice. Direction, yeah. So the daily 9 times out of 10 is going to give you direction. The direction. Yeah, tomorrow. It is like, and it'll help with the other stuff. I mean, look at this 15 now, guys. Look at that flip. Can this drive? Need to close back above. But things I struggle with is I can see on the 30 and 15 is struggling to go up. So surely that's an indicator for going. Yeah, but look at this, right? Imagine you've got your monitor screens and the other side of you is somebody else's monitor screens and they're looking at you, right? They're looking at their monitor screens facing you and they're trying to catch you out. They're trying to trick you, right? You've just said there, you can see that the 30 and the 15 is struggling to go up, right? So that's an indication of price wanting to go back down. Is it, or is that what he's trying to do to make it look like it's struggling to go up, to make you go in for sells, so then he can just power up through, wait for you to go into them sells. As soon as you go into them sells, you're then going up. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're up against really, really smart people and they're trying to take our money. That's the way you've got to look at it. And that's what it is, really. These are really, really smart people trying to take our money. We're just retail traders. We're trying to grab what we can. However, if you understand them 3 things, how candles move, how you need a top wick if you haven't got one, yeah, or if a candle closes with no bottom wick, the next one tends to close bullish. It's all about probabilities, how zones, identifying the zones, and how candle moves in between zones. You'll be able to understand that's the basic foundation to then start adding. Okay, this is just a liquidity grab to the downside to come back up for the flip. You'll be able to understand price in all its glory. Is you have to really focus on daily and 4 hour. Go on the more manipulation. Yeah, of course, yeah. So the lower time frame you go, the more manipulation you're going to get. So we could watch this on a 5, and if you look at these 5s, right? So 5 struggle, and then we broke the lows. Okay, people would have sold here. Breakout, you would have sold. People would have, believe it or not. You might not with the knowledge you know now, but people, I guarantee people would have sold here. Where would the stops be? Probably just above this high. Look what's happened to the price. Straight away, boom, straight up, grab them stops. They're pissed off now. What they're going to do now? Revenge trade. Okay, I'll take a buy. I'll take a buy. Okay, price comes back down. Might break the lows. Because their money is now here, below this low. Break the low. Oh, I'm pissed off now. They might take a sell. And then price shoots back up. Where price wants to go in the end. Whereas if you zoom out, you know the daily is probably going to flip to the upside. You know the weekly needs to create a steeper top wick. You know there's 4 hour candles and 1 hour candles with no top wicks. You know price needs to come back up to there because you know there's money there. Fuel. So you just zoom out and go off the 1 hour. Now the thing is though, with this 1 hour you wouldn't be in. You wouldn't be in this really. We obviously got in down here. But you wouldn't be in on this, and you wouldn't be taking sells below because you've had no top wick, no top wick, no top wick. You'd know how price works, and you know that all these candles with no top wicks, I'd need all these top wicks to be took before I took this sell to the downside. But the only thing where this is going to come is experience. The more you do it, the more you see these candles and more these patterns. And you've got to go through the cycles. You've got to go through the cycles of price doing things. Sometimes I went through a phase last year where what price was doing is I was identifying my zones, and my zones were spot on. But what was happening is price was coming down, respecting the zone. Right, respecting the zone, so you think, okay, you're going to come back up, and then the next candle was just shooting straight through zones, straight through to, and what it was doing, it was filling the next range, so I couldn't get in at all, and it just kept doing that, and then the next range was here. I didn't get a breakout. I thought, okay, well, it's going to come back up, and then the next hour would go like that, and it went through a phase of just filling the range without me being able to get in. But this is where you've got to be disciplined and just wait. This hour is going to be very interesting in 2 minutes how this closes. Now, if we look left, no, I say it's probabilities. You look left, what has price done? So we know you had a bearish close, and then if you look at this hour, right? What did that hour do? Close bearish. Small bearish. That's if we do close small bearish, we might be getting something like this. Okay, so what happened with the next price? Well, the next hour pushed down first, and then it flipped, came to fill the range. So could we get that? So if we do push down and we're close to our stops, we've still got a chance that it could flip, because that's what price done before. That's if we're going to get that. Are we going to get a fake out in this hour? That's the key. Are we going to get a close back above? Oh, interesting. One minute for a close. What's this 5 going to do? The thing that I struggle with is I can see it. Yeah. Is this 5 going to close bullish? If it closes bullish but doji, what does that mean? Well, what that means is we're still respecting this area. We're still respecting this area. So it's a good sign to drive down. So what does that mean? Do we take some more partial? Probably. Let's see what this. But the 30 looks nice actually. 30 would have broke out. We need to get a 30 close above here. That's the thing. Okay, probably gonna get a. Is that news? 15. Oh, we closed bullish on the 5. No, we didn't. Bearish. Guys, I'm going to take another partial here because it is struggling at the minute. I'm going to take another partial. Okay, now I'm going to set my TP to 2174. 2174.43 because I think that's the weekly. That's my target for the weekly. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's my target for the weekly. Really, I do believe the weekly needs to have a steeper top way. Yeah, I like that. Daily, weekly, daily. 4. Right, I've actually set my target for 2170.71, and I'm going to add an alert. I'm going to go and enjoy my day, and then my alert's going to go off while I'm eating oh, I don't even know what to have. What should I have? Maybe fish and chips. And then that'll be me for the day, really. I do want to leave it on though, because I could do with the footage. We won't fill the logbook in yet because it's not finished, but we can go over it tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm probably just going to leave this now, guys. We are risk-free. My take profit is 2171 off the weekly and the daily, flipping to the upside. So I'm going to go and enjoy my day now. Lovely, nice early trade. I believe we are now up currently 53 pips so far. So fantastic morning. I've updated the stats on the stream. Any questions before I go, guys? So your point being, I think my mind just struggles to take an information for some reason without seeing a foundational logic point behind it. Like an explanation isn't good enough. Like I have to understand an analogy. So do you feel like the driving a car analogy has helped? And the reason why X does that make sense? I think a lot of it has to do with being a bit autistic. Yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe. That's a thing, because some traders really look into detail on everything, and they've got like some of the sayings I don't even have a clue what they're saying, and then it makes you doubt yourself because they're like, oh, there's a, I don't know, pin bar turning wick of, I don't know. There's all sorts in trading. There's all sorts, and some of the stuff I don't have a clue. I just keep it nice and simple. I think I've tried to idiot guide it all, which sounds awful, idiot guide, but it came from the army. You idiot guide everything, then it covers everyone. You know, the smartest people can pick it up, and also the idiots can pick it up. Do you know what I mean? So it's just trying to simplify it, because Forex can be very complicated. Like, it can blow your head off. So you just got to simplify it. And the thing I like about this, it's the most organic way to trade. You don't need any indicators. You can just, it's pure price action and zones. 2 months of this stream, I'm telling you now, 2 months of watching this stream, you'll be placing all your own trades, 100%. Right? All your own trades. I don't need an idiot. I need the idiot guide. I need an idiot's guide. What tells you how to read the idiot's guide? Is that what you need? Now you get it, mate. It's just experience now. A lot of it, you get the point where you've got the strategy, but it's just experience. That's it. And no one can teach you experience. It's you doing, isn't it? And that's a lot of it. Just you doing. Okay. Right, guys. Any other questions before I go? No? Fantastic. Lovely morning. Well done, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow, 8 AM UK time, with my latte in my right hand. Okay. I will see you tomorrow. Catch you later, everyone. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, jump into the Discord. We've got some fantastic news coming as well, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, and then see you later, mate. See you later, everyone.